Hey guys, Bird here, and welcome back to the channel. I am at the Joann's in Columbia, Maryland. This is a fairly large store. Let's head in and see what the liquidation sales are looking like today. The last time I was here, which was about a week ago, they were starting to wrap up all of the fabric, and I see more and more of that. There are still some bolts of fabric that isn't wrapped up, but for the most part, they are wrapping up all the fabric. And what that means is that you will be required to purchase the entire bolt. So they won't really need staff at the cutting table because there won't be anything to cut. So 8 yards of this fleece fabric is going for $143. $17 a yard. I do not believe that that is a great deal. The fleece is 50% off. So I'll keep you posted on the fleece, but that's what we're looking like right now with fleece. Felt and wool fabric, 50% off. They actually have some really neat colors. I've actually not seen this type of felt fabric before. I think it's pretty cool, but it's 50% off here. There really is no denim left to speak of, only a couple bolts. They're not full bolts. These, when I was here a few days ago, they had probably about 10 of these, and they only have a few of these bolts left. But denim is only 30% off. So if I look at the bolt of denim is $20.99. So you are looking to pay $14.70 for each yard of denim. Oh, there's a couple of the bolts of the beautiful red denim available. Other than that, there really isn't any denim to speak of. Outdoor fabric is 60% off here. Let's take a look over at the knit. The knit prints are 40% off, and as I've mentioned, they are starting to wrap up all of the fabric where you'll need to buy the entire bolt. I did want to share this with you guys. They are definitely treating Joann's, the liquidators are, and I clearly understand that this is not Joann's, right? Joann's is no longer the owners of this particular facility or the facilities across the country, the 800 locations. This is truly the liquidators, and they are using this space pretty much as a warehouse of sorts to be able to sell all kinds of things, even flashlights. It is so weird to see this kind of stuff in a Joann's. Anyway, let's get back to the fabric. Still, it is so disappointing to see that cotton fabric is still only 20% off. I've heard from a lot of folks from different places around the country, and there have been a number of folks that have indicated they've seen 30% off, 40% off, even 40%, 50% off. But here in Maryland, we are only seeing pretty much 20 or 30% off cotton. And as I mentioned, you have to buy the entire bolt in some cases. So 8 yards here, you're talking about $14.99 per yard. So $119 for 8 yards of this particular batik fabric. I've been keeping my eye on the So Classics cotton, and it too is only 20% off. Over on this side, you can see all of the cotton as well. This side is 30% off. Again, I'm not really clear why this particular cotton is a little bit more expensive than the other side. So this quilter showcase cotton, $5.99 a yard, and you're going to get it for 30% off. I'm not really interested in this particular fabric, but there is some available, and as you can see, there are some instances where you have to buy the entire bolt. So you can see. Okay. I remember the days where you would see that $5.99 a yard, and you will certainly get an additional 20, 30, or 40% off. Still more cotton. This is the interfacing area. When I was here a few days ago, these shelving units were pretty much completely full. But the interfacing is only 20% off. Let me look on the other side to 100% confirm that. So this is a little bit concerning because it says 30% off, but the sign up there says 20. So this is all that's left in the way of interfacing. Online, you see the advertisements indicating that the fabric is up to 70% off. In this particular location in Columbia, Maryland, the only fabric that I found 70% off is licensed Christmas fabric. And you can only, you see here, there's like 2 or 3 bolts, and the bolts are already open. Oh, there's a little bit more cotton here. This is 50% off, but the licensed Christmas fabric was 70% off, and the seasonal fabric here is 50% off. Shirting fabric is 40% off. It actually feels like it's pretty decent quality, and they have the signs around the store now. Please do not remove any wrapping from the bolts, because you will have to buy the entire bolt. You will not be able to buy 1 or 2 yards unless it's actually already open like this one is. If it's not, or if they since have wrapped it up, you have to buy the entire bolt. So this is $9.99 a yard, and you'd have to buy the entire 8 bolts. Notions are 25% off, and it looks like they have restocked this, so you can find whiskers and other type of cutting tools. They have some rotary cutters over here as well. You're going to be paying 25% of the $30 price. Maybe not a great deal. Tons and tons of yarn, and definitely looks like they continue to stock this particular area. More yarn, assortment of other things, frames, painting supplies, some empty units, pretty much an assortment of all kinds of crafty type things. Let's head over and take a look at the patterns. So patterns are still 50% off, and the drawers are pretty stock full of patterns. They have a couple different drawers here, and they're all pretty full of different types of patterns. Beginner sewing machines are still here, but it's only 15% off. So you're going to pay about $170 for this very basic Joann sewing machine. But, you know, the question to ask yourself is whether or not you're going to be able to get any service once you purchase the machine, if something should go wrong with it. This is a Brother machine, and they're asking for $212. What I've been hearing from staff as well as different news reports is that the smaller Joanns around the country, some 300, will be closing in the next week or so. So by the end of April, those stores will be closing. And then the larger stores, like the one that I am in today, will remain open until mid to late May. I'm actually going to go probably next week to one of the smallest stores in my state, which is about the same distance from my home. So I'll be giving you an update then. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for rocking with me. If you have enjoyed this video and have found it helpful, please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button as well. Take care for now. My name is Bert.